Hello, welcome all to my channel. Today we are going to continue our lecture with levels of data abstraction. For the last lecture, we have just seen what is data abstraction. Database is the collection of very complex kind of data, and to represent it, we are using the many number of data structure. So, as a common person, we are not that much of required to go in details about all the organization of the database. Depending on the user's needs, we are providing the data related to its need by hiding the all unwanted, irrelevant kind of detail. That is called as a data abstraction. To ease the user interaction with a database, the developer hides the irrelevant details from the user is called as the data abstraction. Now, how it is provided or how we can provide this kind of how we are hiding the unwanted or the irrelevant details. To view this one, there are the three levels of data abstraction. The first one is called as a physical level. Another one is called as an logical level, and the last one is nothing but called as an view levels. Now we are going to see one by one. The first one is nothing but physical level, or it is also called as an internal level. Physical level, as we have just seen, this one is the lowest level of data abstraction. The name itself suggests is nothing but the physical. Physical means that how the data is stored. As we know that DBMS is the collection of the data. So when we are interrelating that, where we are storing all this information, we are storing something. You may use the server. But to store the information in a servers, we will be required the data within the files, tables. And that tables we are storing in the files maybe you can be just collect at one places. Many number of files we are collecting at one places. So how all this is going to be organized? That means the files are stored in which kind of the files, where it is stored in the server. What is the size of the files? What kind of data you are using over there? What is the format? That is, the data is stored in a bytes or word. What is the location? Means address. What is the logical address, physical address, offset address? All these kind of the points are going to be considered in a physical level. So the physical level, this is the level where data is actually present, or you can say the physically present. Data is stored in which kind of files that we are going to get over here. Database administrator, that is database administrator used as this level. Designing of the database is done at this level, where data administrator will just discuss what is the location of the database, how the data is stored within this database, and what for just carried out, what is the designing or what are the criteria, parameters we are considering to achieve that database. This all one is going to be just carried out in the physical level. So all this one is just summarized over here. The very important point that we have to just remember in the physical level is that it describes how the data is actually stored in the database. Next level is nothing but a logical level, or it is also called as a conceptual view. Means that there is some of the aim for which we are creating a database. Then how it is going to be achieved? What kind of an implementation or what are the things we have to be considered? That all things we are going to be discussing a logical level. For example, there are the n numbers of the attributes. You can say the different attributes are there, like the account, character, region. All these kind of attributes are there, and it will be consist of n numbers of activities within account. You know that what is the account holder name, what is this account name, what type of the account is. That means n number of the another sub parameters we have to be considered. So which these points are there, or what is the interrelationship between these kind of the attributes? These all designing parameters, designing steps are going to be considered into the logical level. So the logical level is the next higher level of the data abstraction. Here we are providing the more abstraction as compared to the physical level. Table contains the different kinds of the attributes. Each attributes have the different kinds of an entity which may be consist of the columns. Also, they have some kind of a relationship between all kind of an entities. All this description is available in a logical level. Physical level, it will be just considered physically. Logical levels, logically means that how it is present. एखाद्या टेबलमध्ये इन्फॉर्मेशन घालायची आहे तर ती कशा पद्धतीनं घातली पाहिजे, त्याच्यामध्ये कोणते कॉलम्स येतील, कोणते रोज येतील, 2-3 टेबल असतील तर त्यांच्यामध्ये काही रिलेशनशिप तयार होईल का, कोणत्या सिक्वेन्सनी ते एक्झिक्यूट झाले पाहिजे, कशा पद्धतीनं ते एक्झिक्यूट करायचे आहेत. All this one is considered into the logical level. This all one is going to be considered in this discussion. That is, this is the middle level of a 3-level data abstraction architecture. It describes what the data is stored in a database and what is the relationship exists between these all kind of items. Thus, it describes the entire database in terms of small number of relatively simple structure. Internally परत आतमध्ये त्याच्यामध्ये अजून सब टेबल सब रिलेशनशिप असेल, पण ओव्हरऑल बाबा म्हणजे एखादं घर बांधत असताना आपल्याकडे जी ब्लू प्रिंट तयार होती की त्याच्यामध्ये असं असं असलं पाहिजे, तर तो झाला आपला लॉजिकल व्ह्यू. अँड द लास्ट वन इज नथिंग बट अन व्ह्यू लेवल. दिस वन इज द हायेस्ट लेवल ऑफ द डेटा ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्शन. म्हणजे थोडक्यात व्ह्यू लेवल म्हणजे काय, आपल्याकडे जीमेल अकाउंट ओपन केल्यानंतर आपल्या समोर जो काही व्ह्यू दिसतो तो म्हणजे व्ह्यू लेवल. जर मी सेंडर म्हणून असेल तर मला काहीतरी वेगळा व्ह्यू दिसेल. जर मी इनबॉक्स चेक करते किंवा रिसिव्हिंग साईट असेल तर माझा काहीतरी व्ह्यू वेगळा असेल. सो दॅट ऑल वन depending on the need of the users, you have to view the different types of data in a different way. That is carried out in a view level. This is the highest level of the data abstraction. Here the data is shown to end user. It describes only the specific part of the database which may be having the different views for the same database. For example, let's consider we have a college website. Within a college database, we have some kind of a student section. So when within a student login, the student can see its personal details. But personal details, what is the fee deposited, what is the course he had taken out. So this student is able to view all this information. But within a same database, there is some kind of tables or the access is given to a faculty which will be just shown his personal detail as well as some kind of data from the student database, that is his attendance, the result of the particular student, like that. Apart from all these two criteria, there may be the another login called as a principal login who is able to access the database of a student as well as an information. Means we are providing principals for the data of the student as well as the faculty also. But the student is not able to access both of these data. That means student will show as per its requirement. That is nothing but called as the view level. So depending on the user, we are providing the data to that only. Depending on the user, the view of the database is changing. According to the user, it decides which data must be shown and which data must be hidden. This is the level which presents for the better communication or the interaction of the end user with the database. Thank you.